You joking, right? It's a fucking Jointdale production.
I mean, people always ask me, like, the number one thing is, like, what made you start doing this? And I answer the same thing every time. You know, I just got tired of writing in books and reading shit in my head, you know? Some people keep a diary. Some people keep a journal. Well, these are my diaries. These are my journals. I just choose to, instead of reading the book, take the book on tape. You know, it's hard to pinpoint where it all happened. I always freestyled. My freestyling capabilities back in the day were a caliber that were always higher than my written scripts. Then I just started to realize that there's no market value, there's no meaning, there's no emotion in freestyling. It's sporadic, it's off the top of your head. That's not discrediting the hot freestylers out there. It's just saying that I wanted to elevate my game to a point where people respected me as a writer. You know, I'm a Canadian young author, 94, 95, been writing short stories all my life, and I just got upset a lot, and I had no one to talk to, and when I did, I still didn't have anybody to talk to, because I wouldn't let myself talk about it. So I just started writing these 16s, and, you know, I'll admit at first, they were alright, but nothing like the caliber that I'm producing today. I demand constantly the next level of quality. I have a faith in quality versus quantity, and a lot of rappers, they'll put out 6-7 albums in a year underground, and you know, you might be able to pick off one song out of each album and make one greatest hits, and that should have been the only album that they make. You know, legacy before the legend. There are some vocal, you know, discredits on there, but it's a learning curve. You know, that's my first album. And y'all gotta keep in mind, I'm not doing this in a studio. I'm not doing this on a $30,000 mic. I'm doing this in a spare bedroom with no special insulation other than, you know, the pink shit that's in the walls. You know, that's the main thing that people gotta understand, that I'm doing this with an Apex 415, you know, a 3-pattern condenser mic, a USB 122 Tascam, basically just an extension cord from the mic to the computer. You know, we're running on Adobe 1.5. Motherfucker, that shit's old. You know, then we hooked up with Jointdale, and shit just took off crazy. I mean, it was like February 2008 where he dropped. I remixed Akon and Piles, Hypnotized. I did my own thing, and he made his own beat, and I met him and I fell in love with what he produced. You know, he tells a story auditorily, and I match it lyrically. I mean, me 3 years ago when we were deep freeze, you know, before we had the name stone and we converted to thin ice. You know, 3 years ago, Crafty and I as MCs, we weren't the same people. We've developed and evolved into people we've yet to become. And I think that's what's amazing about it. We continuously look to grow. The second you stop growing and think you've got it all is the second that life takes everything back from you.